in a line of horses, just and then like two dudes with sticks. Like,
exactly. That is exactly what I'm going for. That is exactly what is going to get happening. Of course, this is what I'm great. Also discovered I don't ever want to charge a free troll because I cannot roll higher than a 7 on 2d6s. 7 on 2d6s. Welcome to the Northerners podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. It is Sunday. I don't know. I'm Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana. It's the 28th.
Cool. Diana is coming to you from Waterloo, Ontario, and I currently am in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We are Sunday. It's an evening. Diana literally has to get up at 4 a.m. Let the gong show begin.
Airport.
Hurt.
Woo. 9 hours. My alarm's going off in 9 hours. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. It's no less than 9 hours now.
Less than 9. So
less than 9.
I took some aqua because the world is trying to heat me to death. Do you want to let everybody know what we're covering this week?
Very briefly, what's in our cup? I have cool threads this week. We've got a bunch of woolly workings and then a bunch of acquisitions, which is going to be super fun. I bought yarn, like capital Y yarn. I bought some real snazzy yarn and I'm very excited to show it off.
Like, my wallet hurts for what your wallet did to yourself, and I'm still very excited for you. I told my dad, and my dad's wallet hurts for your wallet. Like, there's all the wallet sympathy hurting going on here.
Yeah. I'll make everybody's wallet sympathy hurt when I tell you how much money I spent on some of this.
Gosh. All right. It is Manitoba's under a heat warning. We are over 30 degrees Celsius before humidex. That's just the temperature these days.
We're not quite that warm, but
I'm drinking water.
It's toasty today.
I'm drinking water. And dealing with yarn going everywhere because I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's just maximum hydrate today. The AC came on for the first time in a while.
Oh, that is.
It was also wear shorts day. I have not worn shorts since I got back from Jamaica in February. No, sorry, March. It was March when I got back.
I think March.
Yeah, I've not worn shorts since I got back from Jamaica. But today is shorts day. Today requires shorts.
Today requires shorts.
Toasty.
I was in GW today, so I have capris on because I was playing with boys and dice and things. Look at that. I had a ball of yarn in my sweater. That's why I was having problems.
Oh.
All right. Now that I figured that problem out, let's unwind everything. This is what happens when I put projects in project bags.
I know, right?
Every time I put projects in project bags. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Okay. I have no cool threads because 30 degrees Celsius.
Previous to today, it was not 30 degrees Celsius, and I was wearing my flax, which was, it was nice that I got to wear a wool sweater at the end of May, but it was also a little bit weird that I was wearing a wool sweater at the end of May. But, it was fine. I went out for fancy dinner in my wool sweater and nobody laughed me out of the restaurant, so I guess it was a fancy enough sweater. Listen, I was mildly concerned.
People don't do fancy as much as they should, and I've never understood why, because you feel so good. It feels so good to dress up.
I didn't know we were going out for fancy dinner is the thing. Otherwise, I would have been a little bit fancier.
Yeah.
But it was like surprise fancy dinner, so I'm like, well, this is probably fine. It was fine.
I love
we were like the only ones there.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a Wednesday. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
How many more rows do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4.
What in the ever-loving snot bars is going on here?
You know what? I think I'm in the cast-off. I'm going to have another finish. I have 2 finishes for you guys tonight.
Oh, beautiful.
Guess we should begin some woolly workings. I believe you have more things.
Yes, I have 6 things to your 5.
Okay.
We've done it. We've made it to stash dash.
Oh, yeah.
Which means I have picked up my Wood Woes because Sherry will kick my butt if this is not the first thing I finish, since I have said no to her for months. Because I wanted to do this at Stash Dash to get the yardage. if this isn't the first stash dash project I picked up, I was going to be in so much trouble. And she's seeing me in like 2 weeks. Like I would a dead woman walking. Like I know better. She's a mom, guys. Like we'll never find the body. I know this. I understand the
You'll
risk
get
I am
mom
taking.
voice.
I will get mom voiced. I don't need that. I don't need that. So I'm working on my Wood Woes. See,
Good job.
and I mean,
We're all so proud of you.
I just started because you can see my little skeleton face here. That's marking my progress. Not a lot. It just went to D&D last night. But I got some progress. I am doing the body. So the point and purpose of this is to extend the body at least 3 inches so that I'm not tugging on it when I wear it, which tells me it's too dang short.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I'm working on. Literally right now and earlier because I would like to get it finished so I can wear it. But I absolutely understand that I gotta, gotta be smart about this. I thought about I seriously thought about picking up something else because I've got the everyday crochet cardigan that just needs the neckband done. And I looked at it and I went, no, I will be in so much trouble if I do not work on my Wood Woes.
You better have that done in a couple of weeks.
Ideally,
Or like very close. It better be coming in the car with you if it's not done.
I would like to be on the ribbing by the time I get into the car. If not through the ribbing and like just doing the bind off and something, so I can be working on something else while I'm in the car. But we shall see. I'm going to do as much as I can, since obviously I have other things. You know what would be really good that if I could be free to work on in the car? The Nightshade Society Sweater. Ooh. But I'd have to be past the sleeves or past the shoulders to do that because the body's round and round. But you have
right, and all the fancies on the sleeves for that
but
one.
all the fancies on the sleeves for that one. So I'm going to literally stick the ball of yarn down the front of my shirt. So you're like 6 stitches. I don't want to. So there's that. Oh, I didn't say anything about the yarn. Guys, this is this beautiful Northern Cardinal yarn. I'm going to use my glasses to hold it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And it's from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. This is the December club colorway from her Songbird sock club, which was 2 years ago now. Yes, we're under the 3rd year.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So yeah. She showed up in December and I went, I need 3 more. And I've puttered with this Tristan of Dragonhorde Designs Wood Woes pattern since our podcast anniversary last year. So I am very excited to almost be done this. It fits great. My only problem was I didn't knit it long enough and I hadn't done the sleeves, so I was starting to get a little worried about sleeve length. Turns out I can, in fact, make full Jocelyn sleeve, full body length, fingering weight sweater on 4 skeins, so long as I have a 385, 90-ish yards per skein.
That's a good thing to know.
It is very handy to know because now I can just look and my brain goes, nope. So long as I'm not dealing with lace or cables, solid. If I'm dealing with cables, I need an extra skein. If I'm dealing with lace, I might have leftover. Since lace is different.
Makes sense.
So that is what I picked up as my first Dash Dash project.
I am negotiating a bind off. Okay, I will talk about that project later.
Okay.
Because I'm going to see if I can have it finished. So I'll talk about my finish. It's the Hexagon Cardigan again.
Yeah, but I want to see that neckband.
Very briefly.
You're going to melt otherwise.
Yeah. So I did pull back the sleeves and redo it in the solid color.
Oh, see, that looks so much better.
Yeah, right?
That looks so much better.
That was the right call. And I did the bottom also. Yeah. It striped a little bit, but I did the bottom in the solid color. Yeah, it's striped just very slightly, but
that's okay. Like, it still looks good. Right. It's still much better. It's still much better than in the, like, it frames that Spice Jots colorway so well. Oh, it was totally the right call. So, I've got a little end sticking out there. So I opted to just do the a single row of double crochets for the button band. Yeah. And around the neck. And for the button band, I like it. Okay. But I think
the neck needs a little bit more. It still feels too open.
Okay, so you want to do maybe
So I
another round
think
of second doubles?
maybe. Well, because I'm thinking maybe what I want to do is like maybe pick up at these lapels, or maybe like where the lapels kind of attach, and do the way the patchwork cardigan is, where it just has that longer bit at the neck, so it's
Oh,
kind of like a
yeah. Shawly.
lazy shawl collar kind of deal.
Yeah. Oh,
I
I like
think that's
that.
what I want to do, and make it like the ribbing at like the cuffs and stuff, and
I
but
like
just
that.
just around the back of the neck, because it's too
Open.
open.
Yeah.
It like because it hangs like this,
Yeah. No,
and it's
you're right.
not.
You need something.
It needs
Yeah.
something.
Oh no, I like the lazy shawl collar. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I think
But
that'll do the tricks.
these sleeves are magnificent. Like look at the drape on the sleeve. It's just
Oh,
oh,
you have such a serious
I love
statement
it.
sleeve going on. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
So
Incredible.
aside from the neck, I absolutely love it.
Okay.
There's no particular pattern. I partially used YouTube tutorials, several different ones. I partially used a free pattern from like Red Heart or something, and I partially just kind of made it up based on some
Frankenstein
other things that I've
sweaters.
done on other things. But the gist of it is that it's two Granny Square cardigans folded over and seamed to make a sweater shape. There's a million YouTube tutorials on that part.
Oh yeah, it's the hexagon, right? Yeah. Hexagon is the
Yeah.
shape. Yeah.
Yeah, what did I say? Did I say square?
You said square.
I don't remember. Oh well. But the like the Granny Square pattern.
Yeah.
But as a hexagon.
Hexagon, yeah. And like, no, I think you're right. The lazy shawl color is the way to go with that one. I love that statement sleeve so much.
As it stands, it is wearably finished.
Beautiful. Oh, so good.
What was the yarn? The yarn was the Spiced Dots colorway. It was an entire Karen anniversary cake. Well, okay, it wasn't quite an entire Karen anniversary cake, because I'd used a little bit of that one to make some slipper socks at Christmas.
Okay.
So it was all of it minus 2 slipper socks worth.
So
and just a little bit of the same colorway, but the stripes version, also of a second Karen anniversary cake. So like,
we basically had a sneeze left over.
Yeah. So like, it's about 1 Karen anniversary cake, which is a kilogram of bulky weight acrylic. But yeah, the ends are woven in and snipped, except for this one little end here that's worked its way out that I need to trim again. It's washed, it's dried, it's done. It is wearably finished.
Beautiful.
And I'm taking it off now because it's too warm.
How are you not melting?
I'm melting. You know, I am melting.
Bulky.
Oh,
baby bulky.
Yeah, bulky acrylic in there is not moving.
But yay for
I can't exactly have
sweater.
a fan in here when we're recording.
Neither can I.
So
Neither can I.
Oh my god.
Sacrifices we make for you people.
Yeah. Melt. All right, that's my first finished until I do something with the neckband, but then that'll be later, and that can count on my square for modify finish on my bingo card.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
So that's a later problem.
It's a problem for future Diana.
It's a problem for future Diana.
Noted. Okay. I'm gonna tease people and say I'm not talking about the sweater race sweater yet. We're gonna talk about the Mallow. On Saturday, we did some sprints of the whip. And I have to show my front panel and my 2 front panels connected because I clipped them together. Because I literally clover stitch marked them together so I can make sure they're the same length exactly. But I made a lot of progress on my second panel. On my second panel.
You might be done a second panel?
I think I might be done a second panel. I didn't check too closely when we finished the last sprint. I need to unroll stockinette. Unroll. Oh my god, you guys. I am 2 rows away from a bind off.
Oh,
I'm gonna work on this.
That's not bad.
I'm gonna work on this and get it finished. We're putting the Wood Woes down for a second. I'm sorry, sharing. I'm 2 rows away. 2 rows away. Uh-oh. Of course I did it so that the yarn gets around. Anyway, this is some beautiful bleached white yarn from Briggs & Little on a very, very, very loose gauge. a very loose flappy gauge, which I really, really, really
Mhm.
wanted. I have 2 panels for the Mallow Cardigan, which just leaves the back panel, which is the front panel, because it's where the lacy is. Gonna make a beautiful lace flower picture. And then I get to do some seamage. And since I enjoy sewing stuff together by hand, this is not a stressor point for me. And then I got a couple of sleeves in the roundy, and then I've got myself a summer cardigan. I mean, guys, this is so lightweight and drapey.
Yeah.
And I'm not blocking this. I'm putting it into soak so it can have that nice pineapple soak scent to it, because gotta love a good fresh soak scent in a pineapple. Well, I mean, I do. I'm going to be sad when the fig spray goes home. I thoroughly enjoyed it. A couple of
I'm really
times
looking for, I'm gonna need the fig spray this week because it's just so hot.
Yeah, the couple of times I've used it, oh, I've really liked the fig spray. It goes so well with the pineapple. So like I clean my wools in the pineapple and then it just has an overlay of fig to touch it up. Yeah. Yeah. So good. Anyway,
So you need some fig spray.
I need some fig sprays. The moral of this story is Diana's inability to remember liquid volume measurements for carry-on meant I got to try the fig spray. And
It's
I've
like
learned
we should probably say
what
what
I
that
want.
actually is. It's the fig scented, like it's like the
Flatter.
refresh spray.
Yeah, it's the flatter stuff that you can
From-
spray from soak that you can spray on garments and then iron or just have it sprayed on to freshen it up. But like, look, I've got this 2 rows. Anyway, I want this done so I can have it for when it's very warm in the day but slightly cool in the evening, because wool breathes so freaking well that
Mhm.
any breeze at all and it's coming through this stuff. Like, it is so thin.
It's
And
gonna be a glorious summer evening cardigan.
if I don't block it, and I mean, when I say block, I mean I'm laying it out flat, that's it, I'm still going to get some stretch and growth out of the yarn as it blooms. So, yeah. It looks so good with my summer dresses and stuff. I'm so excited. I need to figure out how I got wrapped around myself on my own headphone cord, and then I'm going to work on my project. You're up.
I'm up. Okay.
It doesn't help that I've got one ball
off.
of yarn in a bag and one ball of yarn down the front of my shirt. It's probably not helping me.
During our whip sprints on Saturday, I used a couple of them to make this egg, which still needs some green dots to be a Pokemon egg that my nephew requested ages ago, and his birthday was recently, and if I do not show up with a Pokemon egg this time, I will lose favorite aunt status.
They
and I
only
cannot
have
this.
one ant.
I know, but I will lose the favorite status if I don't make this egg.
They don't have another ant.
So I need to make some dots. And so a few dots on this egg so that it's a nice little Pokemon egg.
So Tuesday afternoon we're making dots?
Potentially, yeah. So the yarn that I have, were you the ball band for the green? No, the cassette. So I used, this is Loops and Threads Impeccable. The white color is Cloud. So it's kind of a warm off white, because the Pokemon eggs aren't like hard white.
No.
Unless you're talking about like Togepi. But the generic Pokemon eggs are sort of like a warm off white, almost beigey color. And then they have light green dots, or some of them have purple dots, but he specifically requested green dots. So the green color that I haven't made into dots yet is called, also Loops and Threads.
Oh, right, because I put
Fern.
it in front of my shirt.
I spent way too long with a picture of a Pokemon egg on my phone, just walking up and down, comparing it to all the different shades of green, trying to pick the right one. It's this one. This is the correct Loops and Threads Impeccable Fern is the correct green shade for Pokemon egg dots, as I hit my microphone with it. So I have an egg. It just needs dots.
Just needs dots.
I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Anyway, moving on.
Too old for Pokemon to be a thing.
Oh, no. Never too old. Pokemon's still a thing. Can't believe Pokemon's still a thing. Pokemon's been a thing since I was 8 years old. My niece is 8 years old.
I can't believe Sailor Moon is still a thing. Think about that for a hot second.
Wait, that's still a thing?
For some people.
Really? Is there like new stuff, or are they just like rediscovering this cool old thing?
Come on. There's teenagers out there and tweens out there that have just discovered Spice Girls.
I know, and it hurts.
Yeah.
niece asking me, have you heard Wannabe by the Spice Girls? Like it's this new thing. And I'm like, kid,
yeah.
I was literally listening to that at sleepovers when I was your age. And then I paused because I just sort of spit that out, not really thinking. And then I paused and did the math. And I'm like, nope, no, that's actually true. That is actually not hyperbole. That is actually completely true. So yeah, I got to feel really old. It's great. We love it.
Yup. It's a thing. Ooh, I suppose I'm up again, aren't I?
Yes, your turn.
It's me.
I go back to my bind off as I keep trying to pull it off the needles prematurely. Don't mind me. Do not.
All right.
Do not mind me in the slightest.
I got
Everything
a quickie.
is fine.
During our whip sprints yesterday, I did some cheeky work stuff. It's not exciting. I can't. It's a design. I've charted the design. I'm trying to find out where the ball of yarn fell down into. I literally wound a ball of yarn. But it is one of the whip sprint things I did. I don't know where my ball of wound yarn is. I shoved it in here. Did it fall out? Did the cat play with it? All possible. Oh, here it is. I wound a singular ball of orange from Cascade 220. When I'm pairing it with this beautiful blue from Cascade 220.
Ooh, okay. Love it.
And I have a color work Halloween cardigan that I'm going to be working on. I've charted it out for the color work part of the charts, so I need to put it on my needles. And now you will never hear about it again for several months because that is how cardigans work. They're a lot of work. I've done, like, I did the practice charts and stuff on just scrap yarn. So now I need to do my swatches in stockinette and my swatch in color work to do the gauge swatches to make sure that the standardized math that I worked out roughly is correct, adjust the numbers, and then I can start working on the cardigan. And I can tell you right now, it's bottom up and steeked.
I'm excited.
Unless I feel the urge to flip that around and make it top down. It'll still be steeked. I haven't decided yet. It literally says top. What I've written out is the total number you need for the body. Because I'm either working up to that number or working down from that number to the next line. I haven't figured out which one I'm doing yet. But it is a thing that I did. One whip sprint. I transferred projects from needles to needles because it's stuff that needs to get done, and that's what whip sprints are for. And that's stuff I will put off forever.
That thing that'll actually only take you 10 minutes that's holding up the entire rest of the project?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So that's what I did. Does it have a name yet? Nope. You're up.
Oh, real quick. I am binding off my dad's socks. Do I get on a plane in 12 hours? Yes, I do.
That's cool.
But they're going to be bound off. They won't be washed and blocked, but they will be bound off and have their ends woven in before I get on that plane.
Let's be honest, it's socks.
They'll be bound off. I might be weaving in the ends on the plane.
They're socks. They're socks.
Yeah. Anyway, so these are plain vanilla socks, wedge toe, fish lips, kiss heel, toe up. And the colorway is, it's a sock set from Fireweed Fiber Co. It was the Enterprise one.
It's been a long road.
Yes, thank you. It's been a long road. So the main color is all the speckly blues. It's mostly like a medium blue, but it's got some dark blue speckled in and like little bits of green and like periwinkle and stuff like that. And then the contrast color is a nice deep foresty green. So those are the toes and the heels. And then for the cuff, because there's not quite enough green to do the cuffs on socks at this size, I did about, I think, 5 rows of main color, 5 rows of the green, and then I did 5 more rows of the main color, and now I'm binding off. So by the time we finish recording today, I should have these bound off.
Okay.
I thought about working on them earlier so that they were done for this, but then I realized I wasn't going to have anything to work on while we recorded because these have been my recording knitting. So I left them for now.
That's fair.
But they're almost done. So I will have a second finish today.
Good.
Just
And you
not
finished it
yet.
today, which means it counts for stash dash.
Yeah, the hexagon sweater unfortunately does not count for stash dash. I forgot about stash dash, so I think I finished it on like Tuesday.
Whoops.
Oops.
Oops.
Could have waited.
Oh well.
Didn't.
Oh well.
The socks count.
It works. I too am working on socks. And you know what the exciting part is? I'm at the heel.
Woo!
Takes me so long to do a socky sock. These Sweet Romance socks by Erin of Fine Wheat Fiber Co. is the colorway. Because I'm doing a vanilla sock, I am just calling it the colorway name. That's how I identify socks when they're just vanilla socks. It's a beautiful, moody, adult Valentine's colorway. Ah, I love it. I love it. And now
That matches your sweater.
it just kind of matches my sweater. And now I have enough foot that I can do a heel. So next step, do a heel. Do I do heels while I'm recording? No, I do not. I do heels while I'm editing. This is a tomorrow.
Heels do require just a little more concentration.
Smidge more.
A bit more.
Well, it's enough that if I need to stop and put it down to do something, I can still just drop it. I can also just pause the editing, finish what I'm doing, and then do the editing that I gotta do. So I've got a little more flexibility going on. Hopefully, since those are supposed to be shorties, I can do the heel and the shorty leg next week and try to get through some cuff so I can have at least one sock done by next week. That'd be nice. That would be nice.
Okay. Get over there. Okay. Oh man, binding off 2 at a time socks is a little bit something.
A little something, something.
It's a little something.
Okay.
Oh, is it my turn again?
Yeah. I talked about a thing. It was a little sock. It's not really that exciting.
The last knitting thing I have is my Stego Sweater test knit, and I am on the last row of the first chart, which is not the one with the Stegos. It's the one above that has little feet.
You're just
so I don't have Stegos yet. But I've finished my little feetsies and my little zigzags.
Yeah.
This is the back of the sweater, so you can see the short rows and stuff. But here's the Stego sweater as it stands.
Freaking adorable.
Isn't it so cute? Let me just stretch out the little feet. Look at the little feet.
The microphone is actually losing the sound of your voice when you get excited about the feet.
I'm too excited.
I get the look at the little feet.
I'm too excited about the little feet. They're not little toes.
So good. It's so good. I mean, I don't blame you. They're freaking adorable. They're just freaking adorable. I do not want a dinosaur sweater. I am not a dinosaur sweater wearing kind of person, but I can be excited about dinosaurs, and I'm excited about your dinosaur sweater.
I popped a stitch off.
Uh-oh.
Fix that. Okay, there we
go. Yep.
I've got them on a fairly short cord right now, so I'm gonna have to do something about that soon. But yeah. And then I've got my little polyhedral stitch markers on there. I've got the full polyhedral set of dice going up by number of sides, so that when I hit the D20, I'm like, yes, I'm almost on the row. And then most of my dinosaur stitch markers are still in the fossil frenzy that isn't finished. But I do have 2 of them. I've got my 2 little dinosaur stitch markers. Come on, there we go. Got a Patasaurus or something, like a Parasaur. Oh, come on. My inner child is so sad that I don't remember the name of this dinosaur right now. The one with the crest on its head is like a Parasaurolophus or something like that.
You're asking
my
me?
Inner child is sad.
My inner kid was not about dinosaurs.
My inner child was all about dinosaurs. My inner child is so disappointed in me right now.
I mean, I thought they were cool because, like, all kids think dinosaurs are cool, but I wasn't like the dinosaur kid. That wasn't my thing.
I was the dinosaur. I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was like 4 years old.
I was all about books.
I don't even know how I learned the word paleontologist.
Listen, by the time my niece was 3, she could successfully look at her grandmother and say, live long and prosper, and do the correct hand motion. Her aunt and
Ooh.
her worked on that, so she could do that by the time she was 3. So that on her grandma's birthday, she could look at her grandma and go, "Live long and prosper." Yes, best daughter ever, right here. Claimed it, nailed it. If I knew enough Klingon, I would have taught her to swear in Klingon, but I do not. Said I taught her to teach her mom to say, "Stop being such a Visigoth." Nothing says sibling rivalry like medieval humor. And Victorian insults.
Via offspring?
Via her offspring. Specifically perfect. Her offspring. Oh, so good. All right, I suppose I'm up.
The yarn, very briefly, is Estelle double knit, I believe. So it's like an acrylic wool blend. The main body, despite how it looks right now, the main color is actually the darker grapey purple color. And the contrast color is the off-white sandy color.
Okay.
But that's sort of inverted for the top of the sweater.
Yeah.
So it looks like the lighter color is the main color right now, but that's going to flip as soon as you get into the Stegosaurus chart. And then the main body of the sweater, I promise, will be the purple. I'm going to have a purple sweater. I don't have any purple sweaters.
Not a full,
somehow.
Yeah.
I have like I have a pink gray cardigan. Sweater.
Yeah. You got a purplish cardigan.
I don't have a purple sweater.
No.
I'm going to have a purple sweater now.
Oh, good.
Well, I guess I have the purple
Find your fate
Granny Square cocoon.
Yeah, but you don't
well, that one's like pink and gray, but I've got the purple. No. Whatever. I'm gonna have a purple knit sweater. I definitely don't have a purple knit sweater.
Better. Okay.
All right, carry on.
I decided to challenge Diana to a race while she does this test knit, but I did not want to test knit the Stego sweater. Not that it isn't a lovely pattern. But as previously
you're not a dinosaur person.
I am not a dinosaur pictures on my person kind of person. But I'm not really.
I definitely am. I want a dinosaur tattoo.
That's fair. One of these days we should book a tattoo appointment together for the pair of us and just go get tattoos done.
Oh my god, yes. I'm into it. I have
so many ideas, and I've got so much stuff I want to get work done on. Like by the time I'm finished, I want a full back and a half sleeve, minimum.
That's a long sit, and also very expensive.
It's very many sessions, and you build that up over time. You don't do that all at once. You do that in bits and pieces. But
it's still expensive.
Very expensive. It is. It's an investment to turn your body into a piece of artwork. With some wonderful, shockingly, Erin of Fireweed Fabrico yarn.
So green on camera. Oh my god.
It's so green in person. This is the October Sock Club colorway from last year, which was the Borg colorway. She didn't even give me one skein. She showed me the color and I said 4, please. And I don't care that it's dark in a bunch of places, and I don't care that it's electric green. It's going to look really good on me. And I waited for the right pattern, and I waited. And the Nightshade Society sweater came out. And while, yes, technically on a DK, I still got gauge on a 4mm needle on fingering. So it's fine. I can very easily manipulate things that way for myself. So I have. And I told Diana, I need an excuse. She got the test knit. I said, let's race. Which seems fair. Right now, neither one of us are technically doing any heavy work stuff. Well, I mean, I'm working, but I'm always working.
I'm fun employed.
Fun employed at the moment. So I said, let's do it. Let's see who can just get the sweater done faster. You need 20 stitches for 4 inches, right?
22.
22? I need 20. And I got it on a 4mm.
Don't understand. I'm on like a 3.25.
That's okay. Right now, you're going to be miles ahead of me because I got to get through the ribbing. Like, I have my first row of ribbing done. And you know me in ribbing. But
then you don't have color work charts. You just have miles of stockinette and then some fancy stuff on the sleeves.
The sleeves have a lace panel detailing with like a little cable and a lace on them. So once I'm past the point where I've separated to do the body, you're going to have to be ahead of me because I will be off to the races. And ideally, I'd love to focus on this week, get a metric ton done, and be working on the body when I'm in the car going to Saskatchewan the week after. Because then I can just put in a full 8-hour day in the car working on the body of the round.
Okay.
Ideally. Does that mean it's going to work? Guys, we're not there yet. I don't know. But I'm going to try. It's gonna try. So I looked at the lace pattern. I have my gaze swatch. I did all the checking, and the lace pattern is not complicated at all. So once I've done my ribbing, I get to put in the extra markers to start the lace panels and the increases. Right now, I'm working on a red lace Chow-Gu needle on a 32 inches. I don't mind magic looping till I have enough stitches to not magic loop anymore. That's never bothered me. It creates this cute little faux seam at the start, which I find adorable. So it's fine. So we're gonna do that.
Okay.
Raglan topped down. This I am doing at a size 52, which means there will be positive ease everywhere but the girls. And this sweater is designed to have up to 6 inches of positive ease. So I wanted a slightly looser fit on this one than the 48, which is what I did the Wood Woes on. Because the Wood Woes, I wanted a nice fitted fit. But this one's meant to be like a sweater, so I want that little bit of positive ease so I can have a tank top on underneath.
Right.
Yeah, so we did that. Am I worried about yardage? No, I'm not. Not even slightly. So right now, Diana is miles ahead of me, and she has to stay that way because once I reach past the ribbing, it's going to be a thing. The only hope you have is that the ribbing slows me down more than I think it's going to. Because you'll slow down once you hit body.
Well, fear not, because I'm really pumped about this Stegosaurus chart that I'm going to get into tomorrow.
Good, yeah. That's always my biggest worry, right? Because like once I get into something I can do and do something else at the same time, and I know I got car trips and visiting and stuff happening, it just eats it. And once we get to July, I'm up to that 3 months. So for the people who are tracking, because I signed up to have my RP tracked and progress because it's a fairly rare mutation, so they don't have a lot of data points on it. So like every 3 months, so essentially every quarter, I go in and they do a lot of eye tests. Well, if I'm working in the round, I don't need to see to do that, and I am stuck at those tests for 3 or 4 hours, and I got like 4 or 5 of them to do in July. So all the round and round knitting, because I will have tons of knitting time if it stays this hot all summer. Ugh. Ugh. Hot summer.
One sock off the needles.
Excellent. Keep going. We've got enough time. You might get that second sock done before we're finished.
Yeah, well, I'm half done the other sock because it's 2 at a time, right?
Yes, it is. I know.
So I'm almost done.
Woohoo! That is it for my t-shirt. I got one thing left, and you've got a cup.
Yeah, I have a non-knitting thing.
That's fine. It still counts. I think it's cute.
I did a pottery painting thing. So around here we have, it's called Crockadoodle, but there's lots of different places in different places. Basically a pottery studio where you go and you get, or I guess it's like a ceramic studio. You go in and you buy a pre-made piece and then you paint it with their special glaze paints. And then they glaze it and fire it for you and you go pick it up a few days later. I started this at basically a paint night in December.
Okay.
And I didn't finish it in our allotted time. So they gave me some brushes and some paint and wrapped my dragon up all nice, and I brought it home. And you may have seen a paper bag sitting in my background on my desk for months.
Yep.
Literally like 5 months. It took about 45 minutes to finish, and then I finally dropped it off this week. Yeah, I know, right? So I finally dropped it off this week, and now I have a cute little dragon wrapped around a goblet.
I don't know about you.
Am I going to use it as a cup? Probably not. I think I will probably stick a plant in it.
Okay.
Some little succulent or something.
Or use it to store your crochet hooks.
Or that.
Yep.
But I am not going to drink out of it because there is no good angle to drink out of this thing, because like either you're getting stabbed in the face with a dragon or you're trying to like not spill where the wing is around the back of the cup. So there's really no good way to use it as a cup.
That is a cup to use with a straw.
Or that. But like putting a straw in a goblet, like, anyway, so I'm gonna put stuff in it. It might be a plant, it might be supplies, I don't know. But there, I did some ceramics. Yay! I painted a dragon on a cup.
I think it's cute. I think it should store your crochet hooks. I think it should store your crochet hooks.
It definitely could.
Yeah.
So there, I did a thing that is completely different. I did a completely different craft.
Okay. Good.
That's my last thing.
That's your last thing? All right. You may have noticed from the Instagram post on Sunday that the monster was sleeping on something on the coffee table. She was in fact sleeping on the coffee table cover that I've been contemplating turning into a bedspread. Because of course I have. Because I love adding work to my plate. She moved, so I was able to successfully reclaim said project. Pull it in here so I could talk about. So I've made some progress attaching squares. Last time I just had some gray squares.
Ooh.
Now I've got gray squares
really good.
and white squares. I don't have enough gray to get all the way around. So I'm going to have to rip these gray squares out and reattach them in white, which is fine.
Annoying.
It is, but I thought that might happen. So I was aware that it was something that could occur. And when I laid this out on my bed with the gray squares, obviously still combined, I am well over half a bed size.
I see.
So because I like it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to just keep making it bigger. I just make
we
more
are professionals as we sit here with stuff on our heads.
Well, it uses up my carrot cotton cakes because, like, I made this out of carrot cotton cakes, right? And it uses up solid cotton colored yarn. So it's got a nice weight to it because it's worsted. So I'm doing this on a 6.5 millimeter hook. No, 5 millimeter hook. Which hook am I using? I'm using a 5 millimeter hook. So it's not like it's difficult to make the squares, and I can just putter with this. And if I get it done before Stash Dash is finished, it's an immense amount of yardage. Because I'm 4 carrot cakes in. Plus.
That's a lot.
Like I'm already at a fair, so I think I'm going to keep going for it because I do like it. So I'm going to do that and continue to use my carrot cake scraps because I have a lot of carrot cake scraps, which will make great granny squares. And then just keep making it bigger till it's the width I want, and then I'll add length till it's the length I want, which won't take nearly as long as going all the way around once it's as wide as I need it to be. Then because then I can also make matching pillowcases for the first 2 pillows really easy because it's just more scrap carrot cake yarn, so long as the neutrals that combining it are the same neutrals I used in the blanket. So if I hold on to this last bit of gray that I got going on, in fact, if I just pull these gray squares and leave them, I can use them in the pillows so that you get the gray and the white in the pillow too, which just pulls the whole project together. And it'll be made out of scrap yarn. So like right now I haven't spent anything on this project.
That's impressive.
So
that's a lot of project.
It's a lot of project. So even if I end up buying like another ball of white yarn, like just get a big sugar and lilies or what, sugar and cream white, or like a couple of white balls in the worsted cotton. I've sunk what, $12 into a project, and I've made a whole bedspread out of it. 20. Like even if I end up sinking $30 of yarn into this, that means I made a bedspread and 2 pillowcases for $30.
That's not bad.
It's nothing to scoff at. So I feel like I think I'm gonna do it. Do I like connecting the squares? No, I have to sit in front of the air conditioning unit. The cool day this week was 27.
Yeah.
So I have to work on this while I'm on the couch in front of the AC unit in the apartment, which means I have a helper. And it's big enough now that she lies on it and me, which does not help the heat problem any, because I have a cat on me with fur, who then looks at me and meows at me in distaste when she gets too warm, like it's my fault.
Well, of course it is.
Cats, people, cats. However, that makes the last project I worked on this week, and oh my god, that's a lot of working on. Whip sprint weeks, people. Whip sprint weeks. All right.
We get stuff done, though. I think it's time for acquisitions. Or hydration.
It's time for a water break. I'm out of water. I need to go more. While we await next week's acquisitions, because I refuse to have stuff mansplained to me twice in one weekend, I have 1 Yarn Canada order. And it fits entirely into my new candy corn bag that I got last week.
Nice.
Would you like to go first? Because I suspect you have... My stuff isn't that interesting. It's necessary yarn purchasing for basic
we can trade
sweaters.
Because I have a few different things.
Okay, well then
Like,
yeah, let's trade off. Would you like to start or finish? I have 1, 2, 3. I got 4 things.
I also do? No. It doesn't matter. How about I start? Because I'm already holding up this dragon pin.
Oh my
We're so
gosh.
professional. Yeah, right?
I love
I'll
that you
start
can
with the
count.
Dragon Horde order. We ordered from Dragon Horde Yarn.
It's true, we did.
So I have this shawl pin, which is absolutely massive. It is a 3D printed gray one, and it is thicker than my arm. So like you can put this on a blanket of a shawl.
Which is good because I like blanket shawls. So
It also has the side effect because it is so large. It is the right size and shape to fit over my bun and be a hair accessory.
you know what that
I
means?
discovered.
It'll fit over my hair
So
buns.
so I've been using it like this actually. Because I'm not
Oh
wearing blanket size shawls in the summer.
my
I've been putting
god.
it in my hair.
Oh my god. Yes.
It's a hair decoration.
Yes.
I mean, it's meant for shawls, but for the summer, it's a hair decoration.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the other thing that I got, because you also got some stuff, but I will
did.
leave you to show that off.
Yeah. Well,
when
you
I
got
bring
some
it to you
stuff
next week.
You got some stuff from here in Canada that you can show off next week while you're here. So
I on the gnome tweed DK, I have an entire sweater's worth of what is this called? Cinnamon apricot spice.
Oh, it's such a pretty color. Like, oh,
I'm
so
sorry,
happy.
it's crinkly.
I'm so
But
happy you chose.
I got a whole sweater's worth of it.
I'm
gonna put the crinkly down now.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you went with that color. It's so good.
I love it.
So good. Guys, there was some serious debate when we chose colors. We did not pick lightly.
It is so pretty. So I gotta make a sweater out of this.
Maybe a hot dish cardigan?
Maybe. I did already buy yarn for that though.
That's true.
Remember I got the purple?
You did. You did get the purple.
But I can knit multiple things of the same sweater.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna have 2 mallows shortly. So like I know it's a thing you can
It was
do.
that librarian cardigan. It was like lightly cabled and cropped.
Is it the bookish cardigan?
Maybe it was bookish.
Library? No, the
I don't remember. There was
librarian,
something that was like cropped with a little bit of cable.
That's the bookish cardigan. Because that's the one that Erin did. Whereas the one that I keep eyeballing is the librarian, which is by Scandir Knits.
I was either one or both of those that I want to make. So
I was just my brain just went, wait a minute. Just reminded me, and I already own that pattern, and we bought all that beautiful neutral for me in DK.
Yeah.
That might end up being
that was my part of the
okay.
Yeah. That was my part of the Dragon Horde order.
We'll do the super. All of my stuff came from here in Canada. We'll do the super exciting one first. I got an extra ball of Red Heart yarn, sparkle.
Is sparkly.
It is roll with it sparkle because I have made a shawl. It is made and it is ready to be published. It is it is ready to go. I didn't like any of the photos. And I figured out I didn't like the photos because there was no tassels. So I literally adjusted the yardage requirements, ordered a ball of yarn, and now that we've recorded, I can make tassels. So I can retake photos, which I will have Diana help me do, because then I don't have to take 50 to find 3. I can take like 12 and have 3. That'll work really well.
Go find somewhere with an appropriate background and take some lifestyle shots or something.
Yeah. We could do it like city stuff too. So like that's fine. Because again, 30 degrees. And that's totally fine. It didn't have sparkles, or it didn't have tassels, and it felt so incomplete that the photos looked incomplete, which means I didn't like it. And it's my pattern, so I'm not releasing it until I like it. And now I will be happy. I will be happy. It will have tassels. All is well. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I'm going to drop it on the floor because I just cleaned up, so therefore I must make a mess.
I'm wearing shorts and I'm sticking to my chair, and it's awful, and I hate it.
Okay.
It's hot.
It is. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. All right. Do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm gonna leave the very fancy, expensive stuff to last. I'm gonna make everybody wait.
Yeah, as you should. This should be a reveal for that stuff. It should have its own freaking carpet. I can't tell what color's what. I think those are separate colors.
The other crinkly thing that I have, we did an Ancient Arts yarn order.
It's true, we did.
So I got a bunch of, well, I got 3 skeins of Lichen in My Crevices on, that was the nettle base, I believe. Yes, nettle soft.
I love that name.
In My Crevices, it's the green and gray one. And then I got another DK sweater quantity of a very similar color as I look at it now. What was this? Chili pepper? Chocolate chili pepper?
Chocolate chili pepper.
Chili pepper chocolate. We had it backwards. Anyway, I have another sweater quantity of the chili pepper chocolate. Sorry about the crinkling. Because apparently I like reddish browns.
You do. Right now, that is what you're vibing hardcore.
Yeah, it's these are kind of the same color.
It's what you're vibing right now. That's fine. I'm
super into the reddish browns.
We all do it.
The cinnamon apricot spice is like slightly redder.
That's so
anyway.
Cute. That's so cute.
Womp.
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 So that's what I got from Ancient
Just wait,
Arts.
guys. I got stuff from Ancient Arts too. Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll see next week.
Reorganizing my pile here.
I think everyone's going to love what I got from Dragon Horde the best, though.
Okay, your turn.
I'm willing to call it. All right. In the realm of, I really just need some basic neutral sweaters to go with all of this wild print fabric that I own that I'm slowly turning into garments because I have wild printed skirts and dresses and I have wild scrap cardigans and I need to make some basics. I need to make some basics because I need to be able to not look like my grandma Catherine. Not that I didn't love my grandma Catherine because I absolutely adored my grandma Catherine. I am her granddaughter through and through. My mother confirms at least every other week that I would be her favorite granddaughter because I eat weird vegetables.
Okay.
Like cauliflower and broccoli.
Weird vegetables, yeah.
Weird vegetables. But my grandma Catherine, who like me had RP, was known for wearing 2 types of tropical floral prints at the same time.
Oh dear. That's very loud.
Very loud. I don't want to be that loud. I vocally am that loud. I don't want to take up space that way. I would rather just take up space being nearly 6 feet tall and loud. My clothing doesn't need to do that. Do I like loud statement pieces? Guys, I literally ordered 8 yards of a shiny pumpkin fabric to make a floor length walking skirt in. I obviously like loud statement pieces, but I need neutrals so that my heart and soul feels like it is a complete outfit.
Okay.
And in that realm, we picked up some Cascade Heritage sock, because if it's fingering weight, I like it in a sock. I'm trying to figure out how I could show off this.
Very nice blue.
Oh, it's a gorgeous deep blue. Look at that blue. Oh, it's got gravitas.
Yes.
It's like upper class
nobility.
Similar to
that blue sweater that I stole from you.
It is very similar to the blue, and I really like that blue too. So I got 4 skeins of this to make a sweater out of. I've got 2 candidates for a nice solid, nice throw on basic business cardigan. It will need some buttons. I'm thinking maybe some antique buttons. Depending on what sweater pattern I pick, that determines how many buttons I'm going to need to purchase. I do have a line on some really cute antique looking. They look antique, but they're plastic, so they don't cost as much as antique buttons do. Buttons that I could use for it that I'm very excited about. And I am very stoked to get started on some nice basic garments this fall and winter. Because the stuff I ordered from Dragon Horde Yarn is not. It's a statement piece, which I might end up wearing with the pumpkin skirt anyway, just because. I wonder if I have enough black
really
fabric.
In person. I'm excited for you to show it off next week.
I wonder if I have enough black fabric to make like a black I'm going to say pirate shirt because that's what everybody will be able to visualize it very easily in their head.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Shirt.
Like the big flowy,
the
poet pirate.
Yeah, because then I could wear the slutty pumpkin cardigan with the black like a pirate shirt, the pumpkin skirt. Because I think if I wear it with the cream color linen I ordered, it'll be too light. It'll be too much. I think I might need to pair that with a black top. I just had that thought. Which is not a thought I even considered, because if I wear the pumpkin skirt with the pumpkin cardigan, like with the cardigan I'm making, totally fine to wear it with the white. Because you've got all that beautiful blue to mellow out the orange of the pumpkins. And blue and black go together great, but blue, black, and several shades of pumpkin might be too much. I might, and it might be too loud for me. It might not be, guys. Like, I may get it and be like, you know what? I'm wearing it anyway, deal with it. There's 8 yards of that fabric. I'm making more than just the walking skirt. Okay, I have 2 more sweater quantities worth to show. Literally 3 sweater quantities and some stuff for Diana, and the 1 extra skein. That's what I got from Yarn Canada. Oh, and a needle, which I'm already using. But Diana can show you her stuff next week. This whole bag is just full of DK weight yarn.
Amazing. Good thing that bag came in the mail.
It was so well timed, Susanna. So well timed, because I have nowhere to store it yet. Oh, you're up.
So I decided I was gonna treat myself.
Oh God. Yep.
I spent an obscene amount of money.
I mean,
I bought 1 ounce of Kiviot roving.
Guys, if you're not sitting, please sit. This is your PSA. If you are not sitting, please sit down. Your heart's about to go. 1 ounce.
So I've got 1 ounce of Kiviot roving.
Yep.
It feels like a cloud. Like, this is, I need to finish everything, all of my spinning projects that I currently have on the go, and then I might feel like I'm competent enough to deserve to spin this. Okay.
I'm with you.
It's not gonna sit on my shelf for like 10 years because I'm like never good enough or something, but like,
no. Give yourself a bit
I do
of
need
practice.
to be better. So I need to at least finish all of my current spinning projects, and then I think I might feel competent enough to do that.
Maybe aim for your birthday next year?
Maybe. The place I ordered all this stuff that I'm talking about is from Nunavut Kiviot.
Yep.
They're a tiny operation up north that does everything sustainably, ethically, supporting Indigenous.
It's a beautiful company.
Things.
Yeah, it's a beautiful company.
But since they were shipping it all this way, I figured I can't just get one thing.
No.
I decided I also needed to get 1 ounce of lace weight Arctic Fox.
Okay.
So it's 30% Arctic Fox, and then the rest of it's like merino and silk. And because that wasn't enough, I also needed some Arctic hare. So the Arctic hare, they're pretty similar. The Arctic hare is softer.
Yes.
It's a little bit whiter. Come on. Oh, come on, focus, please. And it's got a little bit more of a halo.
It does have a bit of a halo, like I'm catching a little bit on screen. Not much, but a little bit.
I imagine it fluffs up a lot more when you knit it.
I have no idea. I've never been able to afford to knit.
I don't know. It feels like it'll fluff up more when you knit it.
Or Arctic Fox.
And then this is the Fox. So it's not quite, it's still very, very soft, but it's not quite as soft. It's got a little bit less of a halo.
Okay.
It's a little bit grayer.
Yeah. Closest I've gotten, guys, is a strip of coyote fur to put on a hood for a winter jacket. And that was because the coyote fur was the cheapest we could get.
So.
Which again, also ethically sourced through an Indigenous First Nations purchase.
Very important with the ethical and the everything there.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Absolutely.
But being sustainable and ethical and all that stuff, you're paying for it.
What it's worth. We should be, because that's what it's worth. Yeah.
So I'm going to give everybody a second to guess, rounded to the nearest $100.
Like, I know
how much 3 ounces of it.
I know how much
fiber cost.
I know how much you paid, and I'm still like, my heart is palpitating. I'm just like,
I'm gonna give everybody a second. Type a comment, leave a comment if you want to make a guess.
I would love to see people's guesses. It would be so good.
Okay, so I don't have the exact. I just buried the bill in the box, but rounded to the nearest $100, it was a little over $300
For 3 ounces.
Canadian for 3 ounces. Like each of these skeins is over $100. I said, treat yourself, and I did.
My heart still hurts, and it hurt when we did it.
I'm having heart palpitations now that I've said it out loud. Actually, it's a lot.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah. Anyway, it came wrapped in this very pretty paper, and it came with a knitting pattern to use your 1 ounce of fiber to make a very pretty scarf. Yeah. So
okay.
I spent too much money on yarn. I'm never doing that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. I hope everybody was sitting.
Yep.
I hope nobody spat tea on their computer or TV
bad.
or whatever.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't give anybody heart attacks. We definitely gave some PSA warnings before that occurred.
So yeah, I did that.
I think my yarn Canada order was less.
It was.
Yeah. Okay. Cool beans.
Yeah.
In the realm of Jocelyn doesn't have those kinds of budgets. Jocelyn bought some vintage DK. And I bought it in a really nice neutrally color. Nothing fancy.
Pretty.
Just a sweater's quantity of some nice neutrally gray, blue,
brownish gray.
I don't
know. It's kind of somewhere between a gray and a brown. I'm just green right now.
It's somewhere between like a gray and a brown. And no, this one's brown because the other one's gray. I'm gonna hold up both because I have a heck of a time telling the difference between the two.
Oh, okay.
This one's brown.
Yeah, the camera's doing a little bit of weird stuff to it.
So this is the brown one. Without the gray, it's hard to tell. So it's the brown one I picked. It's nice deep brown. We picked some dark colors. Do I know what sweater I'm making it? No. But I got a DK quantity that I'm good to go. And a nice color that will look good on me. That again will go great with like my brightly colored printed woven skirt patterns and stuff. So, which is the point. That's what we did. I ended up buying 2 sweater quantities of neutrals, which I could probably just talk about both because they're both vintage DK. Well, I got one in gray.
Remember, I have a fan. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
So we got those 2 going on. So I got 2 sweater quantities of that stuff. So that's all done. And that makes up the rest of the big candy corn bag of yarn that I received. DK, nothing fancy, paid less than $100 per sweater.
Yeah, that's how that really worked. Changed the bar for expensive with that one.
Definitely, we went the other direction. All right.
The things I do to make content.
You didn't have to buy it. You chose to.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to.
You just want.
I use the podcast as an excuse to buy things I don't need.
I do it all the time. Totally
and this is the worst example of it.
It's so glorious. It's so glorious. So I needed that pumpkin fabric because everybody needs to see me make that skirt. Absolutely necessary. There's sparkle in it, guys. Just wait. You'll see. All right. Do you have more acquisitions?
That is all my acquisitions. I just have May's Fireweed Fiberco color,
which we can show off because we'll officially pretty much be in the next month at this point. So we both got the Tweety base, which is, as always, freaking phenomenal. This is why we love Erin, because she does such gorgeous colorways. You guys can save 10% off if you buy stuff from her, because we got a permanent coupon code with her. Northern Knits 10.
Yes, Northern Knits 10.
Yeah. So you two can enjoy some Erin yarn. And it's nowhere near as expensive as the Inuit Kivyat stuff, so don't feel bad.
No, it's not. This colorway is called You're Not Special, You're Extraordinary. Buffy themes.
Oh, so excited. So happy.
Color.
So good.
I don't think I should necessarily use it near my face personally, but I like it.
No, but I think it'll look good for a lot of other things. For me,
but
I keep thinking
it could be somewhere else.
I keep thinking like mittens. Ooh, mittens. I think it would make good mittens.
Or if it was like a lower down stripe on a sweater or something.
Yeah, that's also an idea. Okay. I see where you're going with it. I like your thoughts. All right. Which means now that we're done showing off that when we spend money, we spend money.
Who do we spend money?
We go big or we go home, folks. That's how it works here.
Well, we were at home and we went big.
It's famine or feast.
We go big and then we go home.
Yeah, it's famine or feast for yarn purchasing in this house.
Okay.
For some unscripted Patreon adage.
Yeah. Okay. For today's unscripted Patreon ad. If for some reason you would like to financially support these shenanigans, you may do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server where we are active at all hours of the day and the night, massaging stitch counts until they fit, and enabling and chatting and yeah, all the things. We do lots of things.
Okay.
Once a month we do Zoom hangouts, e-knit-ins, basically a knit club for our higher tier patrons. The next one of those, did I write that down?
Nope.
No, I did not.
Second
yes, I did.
Saturday
it's the 17th
month.
of June.
Okay.
Yes, it's the 17th of June.
Okay.
Which is Saturday at noon Manitoba time.
It's true.
And that's all the Patreon stuff.
It is. As always, we super understand budgets are a real life concern. If you can't join us on Patreon, please interact with us on other social media platforms as you so desire. We are primarily here on YouTube and Instagram. Diana's occasionally on TikTok. And if you direct message, I will get it and I will poke her if necessary. Shout outs are kept on.
This is how we work.
Shout outs are kept up to date and done for every episode. That way, if you need a hashtag or you want to follow a link, you can do so. And you can find that on the webpage, which is northernknitspodcast.com. We also have a merch shop. We don't talk about it very often. We are particularly proud of the merch. I do. I am particularly proud of the merch. Diana has designed and done all of the work for it. The mysterious Mr. B himself is our logo drawer. He drew the logos. For the things, and we appreciate him for it very, very much. Otherwise, I think we just have some events and stuff going on, and we're done.
Something like that, yeah. What's going on?
Something like that. Lots is going on. So, as of tomorrow our time, a few days ago your time, Diana is on an aeroplane, and her aeroplane is bringing her here. Hopefully, if she is able to get here and lands.
Sometimes it doesn't happen.
Sometimes it doesn't happen.
That's what you get with budget airlines.
True. We'll be hanging out together for the week. That means the monthly live, which is this upcoming Sunday, the 3rd of June. 4th of June? The 1st is Thursday. 4th of June.
Yeah.
We'll be live. We'll be together. It'll be at Manitoba noon start time, which is Central Daylight Savings Time for everybody this time of year, if you prefer to function that way. I like to just Google, insert name of place, and ask for the time. Makes my life easier, and I don't have to deal with time zones that way. That's going on.
Yes, there will not be a scheduled thing on YouTube for that one because we're streaming directly from Zoom, and that, for whatever reason, doesn't let you hook up to a pre-scheduled thing on YouTube. So just look for us at noon Manitoba time. We will be on.
We will be there. We promise.
Possibly it just won't be pre-scheduled with a notification.
12:02 if I'm still scarfing bagel. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. What else do I have going on? From your guys' perspective, since this goes out on Wednesday, you would think I have a check-in with Louise tomorrow. Louise has life. And I have the opportunity to visit with a dear friend while everyone's in town next week. So we're bumping that back by a day. So we'll actually be doing our monthly check-in on Friday. So I will be available on Wildflower Wool's channel at 6:30, usual time, 6:30 start for us, 6:30 p.m. Manitoba time, which is 7:30 Ontario time. And we will do our monthly check-in, which everybody can find out whether or not we actually made progress and or finish whatever it was we said we were working on. I don't remember what Louise said she was working on, but I said I find your fade shawl because I am irritated that I don't have a Star Trek find your fade shawl and I need to fix that problem before the fall. So that's going on. Sunday is the monthly craft off, which means you need to take photos today so you can post on Saturday.
Yes, I had in fact had that thought that I needed to take photos ahead of time.
It just
Yeah.
occurred to me.
I had that thought. I was going to mention it when we were done
Yes,
because
we'll
I need
talk.
help picking.
I will help once we're done here with this. Not a problem. What else do we got going on? Tons of stuff. The last Saturday of the month we tend to do is whip sprints, and literally, I watch too much horrible history for fun on repeat. It's a whole song. I had words, they fell right out of my head. You just watched the blue screen of death. I hope you were all paying attention. What's the thing we got started next month? This spring equinox cal ends on the 20th of June, and the summer solstice starts on the 20th of June. So you have until the 20th of June to finish your knit with us for the spring, which was the spring seasonal knitting with us to enjoy. Both me and Diana have accomplished, which is something that so rarely happens.
My rainbow things in the background.
We might have to celebrate that we finished that on time on the 20th.
I think we do.
I think we need to have some sort of celebratory something. Stop licking my feet. Which also means we'll be having a live on the 20th of June. And because Diana is currently free on the 20th of June, we'll actually have it on the 20th of June, standard time, Manitoba noon, Central Savings Daylight type words. Just words.
I talked for a lot of words.
A lot of words I just did in a row. So that's going to go on. Cast-ons are not podcasts, which means you are free to just jump in, join, have us in the background. We literally chat, talk about what we're going to work on, what we're sort of planning, what our stretch goals might be, and we absolutely love it if you guys are free to join us in chat, because we totally interact with you people. We might not be the timeliest of souls, I'm relying on Diana, but we do get there eventually, I promise. It happens. I said stop licking my toes. Guys, my cat is driving me bonkers.
How's that going for you?
This is my life. I need you to come visit so I can have like 2 chunks of time of just, I am no longer her human and you're her human. And I'm fine taking second fiddle to you, because I need the break. This mama needs a break. I actually want to leave the apartment to get the break.
I can occupy your furry offspring for a while.
I need cat babysitting to occur so that I can get some stuff done. Like pin out some patterns without getting assistance. That'd be great. Would love to do that. I would love to be able to floor troll and put some patterns together and not have her laying on the fabric trying to bite me because I'm trying to cut fabric.
I mean, I might just sit on your patterns just for fun.
Should we just look forward to the Instagram photo of Diana and my cat helping me cut out patterns with my hands in the background because I'm trying to cut the pattern and you two are both lying on the floor on top of my patterns.
Yeah.
I actually see the pair of you doing that. Okay, cool. Well, I know what's in my future. I know what's in my future.
It is one of my great joys in life to be a nuisance.
I know. May have been the worst babysitting choice ever. Anyway, I've said it. We've committed. We're doing it. It's totally fine. But I think that's it for June. I think that's it for June for the big things. We do publish programming schedules with sort of a rough idea of not just sort of like the official things, but like where we sort of pop in other things. Because I know we try to play Stardew Valley once every other week so that our farm can progress. And I know we do like to try to put in extra things when we can. So that stuff happens. Otherwise, I think that's it. We're good to go.
I do believe so. And I'm almost done weaving in all these ends. I've got one more end after this, and then I just need to trim them. And then these are like finished socks.
Well, I will say then, until Sunday, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.